watching Tommy TV.
Taylorville's girls basketball team is on an improved run of form as the 2025-26 season nears its end, and they can look to improve on that tonight with Normal University High School in town. Thanks so much for joining us on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. My name is Reed Kamai. Well, Taylorville has gotten a couple of wins against teams that, aren't necessarily easy teams to beat. That plus a couple of results against, or not results, but performances against teams that were a lot more difficult to play against, and they've been able to stay in those games for periods of time that their record coming in might not have suggested going into some of those games. Last night they lost away to Mahomet Seymour 64-44 in a game in which they actually really put up a good fight against the Bulldogs for the first half or so, and much of that came from the work of Grace Rogers, who had 10 points and was really good in that game all around in terms of getting assists and getting herself in good positions. Bailey Jackson, another player who really stood out. She got 12 points in that game, including a couple of really good scores in the first two quarters of the game. Both teams very early in their pregame warm-ups ahead of this one. The junior varsity game was a rather long and close one. So that just resulted in a little bit of a delay here, as Peyton DeMichael is another one of the players to watch out for. She's been hitting a lot of really good three-point shots. Josephine Durbin, as you can see there, as well, who's been a really good impact player off the bench in terms of, well, really in a variety of ways, getting either decent shots of her own or setting her teammates up well, and really just contributing to the team chemistry. You may have seen during the lineup introductions, she's the one who's doing all of the various rituals with her teammates, the starters, as they come out. As you can see, a lot of the other guards as well. Hope Kitzman, someone who gets a lot of time out on the court, and I feel like I haven't given her as much credit as she deserves. She's usually the one directing traffic over at the point or from the inbound. So she, I'm sure, will have a big role in this one as well, in this game between Taylorville and Normal University. Tornado Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill is sponsored by Taylorville McDonald's, where I'm loving it and they love the Tornadoes. It's also sponsored by Taylorville Community Credit Union, the senior citizens of Christian County, along with Country Financial Agent Nicole Patrick and Scooters Coffee. And Scooters Coffee is still donating $3 to the Tornado Sports Boosters for every three-point score by the boys and girls varsity teams. Well, let's quickly pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Tornado Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill. Well, it's a quick turnaround for this Tornado team, of course, having played only last night, and it was a long trip away to Mahomet Seymour. And that game came after 6 days of rest. And you might recall what happened a week ago today, in that away game against Monticello went all the way to 2 overtime periods. And a very close finish there, as ultimately Taylorville won that one by only 3 points. I believe 51-48 was the final score. It was 40-all going into overtime. You might recall, if you listened over on 96.5 The Chill, Taylorville had a great chance to win it at the end of normal time. It was a very long inbound pass from Hope Kitzman from her own baseline. And she sent that one, I believe it was to Nora Thomas, who then fed it over to Max Simplecamp. She took a shot from the right high post, and it fell short, but then she gathered the rebound and put it up, and she appeared to have it was a very close call as to whether she beat the buzzer or not. The officials ruled that she had not beat the buzzer, So the basket did not count, and we went to overtime with the score tied at 40 all, and then we, of course, needed 2 overtime periods to seal that one. Listening back, I did actually miscommentate the end of that normal time play. I said that it was Hope Kitzman who took the shot. Of course, I had also said that she took the inbound, and, well, I think even she would not have been able to get all the way over there that quickly. But that was really a dramatic game, that one, and of course it preceded the pretty mighty snowstorm that we had over that weekend that has left a lot of snow on the ground in central Illinois that is still there to this day. Why don't we take a break? When we come back, more built up to this one between Taylorville and Normal University High School, or U High as they are known. This is Tornado Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Tornado Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Back here getting ready to build up between Taylorville and U High in some girls basketball. Why don't we take a moment and look at the CTI keys to the game for this one as we get set for tip-off here, and you can see them right there. Well, first, Taylorville's got to play 32 minutes. It seems like every game there's been some stretch of time where the Tornadoes have not really played their best, and that's allowed teams to either build their way back into the game or break away, which is precisely what happened last time out against Muhammad Seymour just last night, where Taylorville started well and then just let the opponents get away in the third quarter. So they've got to play 32 minutes. They got to make smart passes as well. That was a big problem last night, where they found themselves on a number of occasions getting trapped and then really having to make very difficult decisions and difficult judgments, I would say, in terms of whom to pass the ball to, and then that resulted in quite a few turnovers, and Muhammad Seymour really made the most of them. And then ride the home energy. It's supposed to say ride the home energy there. Of course, not a lot of home games in really the meat of the season, but they have quite a few in the latter part of the campaign. Of course, they've got this game tonight, Charleston on Tuesday, Mattoon, I believe that's on Friday, and then Effingham the following Tuesday. And then we'll, of course, be into the playoffs. This is a great place to play basketball, the Dolph. There's a lot of great energy in this building. And if what we heard during the junior varsity game is anything to go by, then it should be an absolutely electric atmosphere tonight. So all of those are your CTI keys to the game. Let's talk now about Normal University, U High as they are known. They also played last night against Lincoln at home, and they took that one. That was actually a really close game. 42-40 was how it finished in that one. And that means they are now 13-12 overall and 6-2 in the Central State 8. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. However, they are on a 4-game road losing run. So we'll see how they do in this Dolph atmosphere. Could potentially cause some problems for them as they get going here. Last season, they went 10-21 overall, so they've already well beaten their win total from all of last season. They finished 8th out of the 11 teams in the Central State 8. And they know a thing or two about playing some overtime periods. They lost in the playoffs away to Clinton. That one finished 69-65 and went into 3 overtimes. So they certainly have had their fair share of competition, and they'll be looking to do a little bit better on this occasion, certainly doing better in terms of their record. And it hasn't been that way for U-High in the last few seasons. They've lost at least 20 games each of the last 3 seasons. That, of course, won't happen this time with only 12 defeats to their name so far. In fact, if they were to lose out, they would end up with 18 losses, not 20. So a little bit of improvement in that sense. Still far away from the past successes they had. They were regularly one of actually the more dominant teams in high school basketball in Illinois. All right, well, we are getting set, it looks like, for the fight song. It's been a little while since I've heard one of these, so why don't we pause and listen in on Tornado Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Oh, I always love that. The Tornado fight song here on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV as the Tornado basketball players get ready to come out for this one. I'm noticing it looks like we don't have the jazz band here, but we certainly still have a lot of ways to keep the crowd entertained. So I wonder then actually if at halftime we'll end up hearing the REO Speedwagon song Riding the Storm Out, as is a tradition to play. Now, over at our Heart Media Group radio stations, which is what 96.5 The Chill belongs to, I host a show called the Saturday Request Show on one of our stations, Groovy 97.3 WRAN, and every show we do a trivia contest to give away a prize. And my question today actually was that when there's not a live band, what REO Speedwagon song is typically played at halftime of Tornado basketball games? And actually it took some callers quite a few guesses to figure out that the correct answer is Riding the Storm Out. Of course, I give 3 possible answers, and one of them is correct. Riding the Storm Out is the correct one, and I sort of made fun of the listeners a little bit, saying, come on, Taylorville, it's the Tornadoes, Riding the Storm Out. Why would that be too difficult? I didn't say that part at the end there, but I had a fun little moment there, so maybe we'll get that back this evening in this matchup between Taylorville and U-High. Taylorville comes in 7-17 overall, 3-3 in the Apollo Conference, and after the loss against Muhammad Seymour, the one against Mount Zion as well a little bit earlier on, it seems like Taylorville's chances of winning the Apollo Conference, well, they're not fully gone at this point, but certainly took quite a bit of a hit. Let's just take a quick look at the standings. Muhammad Seymour is at the top there, 6-0. Matt Toon is 4-2. Taylorville, Effingham, each 3-3. Let me just make sure I'm looking at the right one. Yeah, I think I'm looking at the right one. Effingham also 3-3, like I mentioned. Mount Zion 2-4, and Charleston 0-6. Let me just double check, or never mind. Am I looking at? I think I just told you the boys conference table. Okay, well that's my mistake there. So ignore anything I just said about the conference table there. But the records and all of that I mentioned are correct. All right, looks like we're getting ready for the national anthem as we build up to this game between Taylorville and U-High. This is Tornado Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy
Ladies and gentlemen,
TV.
welcome to Dolph Stanley Court here at Taylorville High School for tonight's basketball contest between the Normal U-High Pioneers and your Taylorville Tornadoes. At this time, could you please rise? Gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Well, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visitors, the Pioneers of Normal U-High High School. At a forward, a 5'10" guard, a 5'7" sophomore, number 40, Addie Simak. The Pioneers are coached by Laura Sellers. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Taylorville Tornadoes. At a forward, a 5'9" junior, number 35, Nora Thomas. At a forward, a 5'9" junior, number 24, Grace Rogers. At forward, a 5'10" senior, number 12, Bailey Jackson. At a guard, a 5'4" junior, number 3, Hope Kitzman. And at guard, a 5'2" senior, number 4, Peyton DeMichael. Tornadoes are coached by Hayden Eldred, assisted by Kevin Kitzman and Tad McCullough. Officials for this contest are Mike Bell, Elise Wildman, and Jesse Lawsater.
All right, Tornado Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV getting ready to start here. Let's take a quick look at the starting lineups for U-High. They are starting Kendall Schrader, let's see, Evelyn Seifert, along with Haley Hoffman, Adeline Simok, and Mackenzie Mateka. For Taylorville, Hope Kitzman, Peyton DeMichael, Bailey Jackson, Grace Rogers, and Nora Thomas. Here's the tip-off sponsored by McDonald's, and it's controlled by U-High. I'm loving it. They love the Tornadoes, and here we go. U-High attacking from right to left in their, I actually like this uniform, black, and they've got a lot of yellow and green. Inside pass, and the shot's put up, and it's long. Played by Bailey Jackson off her opponent, out of bounds, and the Tornadoes have it. Who was it who took that shot? I think that was Kendall Schrader. as the Tornadoes get their first possession here, attacking from left to right in their predominantly white uniforms. Purple numbers, yellow or gold outline. Inside pass to Bailey Jackson. She gets that one to go. The assist there by Grace Rogers. So those two players linking up really well as they have all season long. It can be a deadly partnership. They're going to want to put that to full use today. Right side now as U-High's got it. Top now to the left. That's Seifert, and she puts up the three, and that's long, rims out to the left, or to the right rather. Nora Thomas gets the rebound there. Long pass to Bailey Jackson, intercepted. Oh, but not rescued, so it goes out of bounds, and the Tornadoes do get possession. They were looking there for Bailey Jackson. That was a long pass. Almost looked like an American football-style throw there. Hope Kitzman now to inbound it, and she takes that long inbound pass to Grace Rogers. Now to the left to Bailey Jackson. Oh, she could have had room to take the shot. High pass, looking for Nora Thomas, but it bounces over to Evelyn Seifert. Seifert, the 5'8" guard who travels. And one of the officials right in front of me there to make the call. 2-0 Taylorville, with 1 minute and 6 seconds having elapsed so far in this game. Hope Kitzman across the timeline over to Grace Rogers at the left wing. She holds back, fakes a pass, then finds Jackson over on the right wing. In front there to Nora Thomas. Oh, she can't get a hold of it. Well, that's a third turnover already. Mackenzie Mateka now, except no, she's giving it to Seifert again. Right side then to Haley Hoffman. Left side, catch there, now over to the left wing in front, and the three put up by Hoffman, and it's in. Little tap there off the rim. So Haley Hoffman there with a score for U-High. She's a freshman already with a big impact in this one. Well, Taylorville's now just got to take care of the ball, and they haven't really been trapped yet in this game. They're down 1 though, 6:11 left. Grace Rogers fade in shot there short, as rebounding that one is Mateka. She's a 5'10" forward, a sophomore. Pass over to the left side, that's Hoffman. In front now over to the left. Now inside at low post, and the shot there put up foul. Mackenzie Mateka missed that one long, but she goes to the line for the game's first free throws. And I think they're saying that's Nora Thomas who committed that foul there. So Mateka is up to the free throw line for the first of 2 free throws. And the first one is long, as I wonder if that was Purple Rain that maybe just put her off there. Taylorville up by 1, or down by 1, I should say. Down by 2 now as the second free throw goes in. So it is 4-2 U-High. A very long full name, Normal University High School. Left side, Grace Rogers. Goes back to Hope Kitzman. And the pass over to Peyton DeMichael. Then inside on the left side to Rogers. 5:39 left, no shot clock. She backs up for the 2 and puts that one in. High arcing shot that goes straight through, and we're tied up. So we've got, I don't think that was, no, I don't think we've had, well, any other ties, as that pass, that was tipped by Rogers over to her opponent, then back over to Hoffman. Right side then to Seifert, back to Hoffman. Right side pass tipped by Rogers, out of bounds, right into her own team's bench. And Julie Wayman, who's sitting on the bench, just passes that back to the official. U-High still got it for all. 5:15 left in the first quarter. Right side there, that is Seifert. And then back over to her. Inside pass, that was good. Mateka gives it back to the right side, or left side rather. Foul called. I think they say it's on the floor. By, who are they? Oh, no, it's in the shot, they say. So free throws. Who are they saying? I think that's Peyton DeMichael they're giving it to. And taking the shot here is Kendall Schrader, and that one goes in. So U-High so far 2 for 3 rather from the free throw line, with 5:08 left in the first quarter. There was a brief little signal there from one of the officials. I don't know what that was referring to. And the second free throw goes in, as a substitution is made. That would probably be, I would assume, for Schrader. As coming into the game is Maya Bennett, a sophomore who stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. So Taylorville's got it. They are down 2. Oh, that's a poor pass from DeMichael to Kitzman, just too far behind her, and it goes out of bounds right in front of the scorer's table. Oh, headed towards, that would have actually hit Ed Nelson, the public address announcer. right side then, that is Simok. And to the top, that is Hoffman. At the top left side now, again to Hoffman. Oh, she tried to cut inside, kept out by Kitzman, then back to Hoffman, left side. Well, the game's really going through Haley Hoffman. Now back to the right side, Simok again. Front again to Hoffman. I think I'll be saying her name a lot more as the game goes on. It was a long cross-court pass to Bennett. Then Hoffman puts up the three. Pinballs out as out off Jackson, they say, as a couple players were going for that rebound. So U-High keeps the ball, 4:32 left in the first quarter. They are up 2, and there's no shot clock in this one. It's been rather inconsistent whether the Tornadoes have had the shot clock, at least the Tornado girls team. Top now to Simok. Left side pass, that's Hoffman now, who just stepped out of bounds. Looked to me like she was some distance from the line, but call there is that Taylorville will get possession back. Yeah, just having another look at that. Didn't see too much of her foot on the line. Grace Rogers now at the top, or never mind, she's at the left wing, now to the right wing, and that is Peyton DeMichael, as she'll look to get in some action. Kitzman at the top for the three, and that goes rimboard out to Nora Thomas, and she takes the shot that's long from the left side, and it's rebounded by Simok. Simok is a sophomore guard who takes it across. Now to the left side to the corner, then back over to the wing. Seifert, inside pass. Oh, there's room in the lane for Mateka to get the bank shot to go. And Hayden Eldred already wants a conversation with his players as he calls timeout with 3:49 left in the first quarter. We'll keep it right here as Normal University leads this one 8-4. Well, it was a couple of turnovers that caused some problems for the Tornadoes early on in this one. And Normal University has hit their shots. They've also gotten a couple of free throws and hit those as well. The timeout, by the way, brought to you by Taylorville Community Credit Union. As Taylorville down 4, and they can't find themselves getting off to this kind of start if they're to really get into any kind of control in this game. It's been hard for them to kind of battle back into games when they've gone behind like this. You'll remember the Rochester game. It was their second game in the season where that happened and they were able to fight back, but it's tended to be the exception rather than the norm. Now DeMichael gets it across halfway to Kitzman. Pass, looking back for DeMichael, but instead tipped by Bennett. She gathers it high, arcing pass to Simok. Now back over to Mateka as Normal University tries to take advantage. The Pioneers, they're called. Right side, Seifert. Then to the right side to Hoffman as she went to the corner, and I think she stepped out of bounds. Substitution as Tatum Isles comes into the game. I haven't seen the spelling before of the last name, A-E-I-L-T-S. I think it's a good thing I asked one of their coaches how to pronounce the name, because Isles is not what I would have said. And I understand that with the last name that I have. Left side, that is into Nora Thomas. She takes the fade-in pass, or shot there. That's long back to her. Kicks it out to Bailey Jackson on the right side, and she takes a long two, and that goes in. Clear signal from the official. That's only 2 points. And so she cuts the deficit in half. 4 points already for her. Left side, pass inside as the shot goes up, and it's in as Normal University responds. Mateka puts that one in, so she's up to 5 points, and she leads this one. So now to the left. And then that's Hope Kitzman out on the right side. And the pass there tipped again. That's another turnover that the Tornadoes have committed. Now left side. U-High up 4, and the 3 goes in. That is Evelyn Seifert who's put that one in, and another timeout called by Hayden Eldred with 2:26 left. The side now down 7. We'll take a break. This is Tornado Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Tornado girls basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. U-High 13, Taylorville 6, 2:21 left in the first quarter. The Tornadoes have it here. Hayden Eldred's already spent 2 timeouts. Not what he would have wanted to do. Right side to Michael, high pass to Jackson on the inside, and foul called. I thought maybe there would be a jump ball. And that foul is called against Seifert. I think that's U-High's first of the period. See, it's Max Simplecamp to inbound. She's come in for Hope Kitzman. Oh, high pass off the top, or at the top to Grace Rogers, then back to the top to DeMichael as she drifted to the left. Simplecamp now trying to drive around the right side, left side to Michael, then over to Bailey Jackson, who takes the 3, and it's up, and it's in. As Jackson gets another score there, and I think they're saying that is 3. Indeed, that is the decision. I don't think I saw the 3 fingers go up from the officials. So it is 13-9. Left side then, Evelyn Seifert. Right side on the inside to Isles, then inside to Mateka, who tries to drive, has that one swatted away by Grace Rogers out of bounds. Substitutions as Joe Durbin comes on for Peyton DeMichael, and also Kendall Schrader is back into the game as Mackenzie Mateka sits. 1:33 left in the first quarter. Left side, Tatum Isles was guarded there closely, but then finds Seifert for 3. That's long. Bailey Jackson there with a rebound. Taylorville still down 4. And scored the 3 after the timeout. Nothing from U-High in terms of scoring. And the 3 put up by Simplecamp. That's long and rebounded by, that is Simok, I think. Yes. Across now by Seifert. Now inside. That's looking for a shot, and it's short back to her, and a foul called on the second attempt as going to the line is Schrader. They found the pass to her on the inside, and now she gets the trip to the free throw line. I think they are calling Grace Rogers for the foul. Indeed that is, and that is Taylorville's 3rd foul of the quarter. Free throw is up, and it's in from Schrader. She had made, I believe, both of her first 2 attempts. That is, yep, that's what the scoreboard says. Substitution as Haley Hoffman comes back into the game. Oh, what a force she was early on. Second free throw is up, and it's in. So it is now U-High 15, Taylorville 9, 1:04 left in the first quarter. Hayden Eldred crouched down, and I don't think looks too pleased. Right side, Joe Durbin at the front. Simplecamp looking to drive. Then she finds Durbin, fakes the 3, then drives again. Grace Rogers now out on the right side. She does a little switch up, then right side, Bailey Jackson 3 put up, and it circles its way into the basket. How about that? As it's now 15-12 U-High. She makes it a 1-score game. Pass over there, looking for Haley Hoffman, finds her, then they're across halfway. 30 seconds left. Remember, no shot clock. So U-High could have the last word if they want to. Left then, Haley Hoffman, right side, then over to Maya Bennett, back in front. Hoffman, she tries to drive again, runs into traffic, poked out, oh, but into a U-High hand. Right side, 13 seconds left. Isles puts the shot up, it misses out to, well, out in front, and then out to the right wing, then to the right corner, 3 put up, and that's missed long. Back to Joe Durbin, 2 seconds left. She has to just take the shot, and she doesn't even get the shot away in time from half court, as that is quarter time. Well, U-High leads this one 15-12, but it was much worse for the Tornadoes earlier on. This is Tornado Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Tornado girls basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. 15-12, U-High leads Taylorville going into the second quarter. Max Simplecamp gets the inbound pass, drives quickly across halfway, puts up the shot, and it's in, and the foul. That was a heavy floating in shot there, and she's able to put that one in and go to the free throw line. This free throw here sponsored by the senior citizens of Christian County to be taken after 3 U-High substitutions, just 5 seconds into the second quarter. Taylorville had been down by as many as 7, but then got a couple of key scores to pull a little bit closer as the free throw by Max Simplecamp goes in, and it's a tie ball game. Well, how about it? I think this is maybe the second or third tie so far in this game. Inside pass there, and that is Matejka now to the left. At the top now, Seifert finds Willie on the right side, Cecilia Willie, by the way. Then Haley Hoffman. Looking for the pass, finds Seifert at the top. Now back to Hoffman, has space, then to the top, Seifert out to the right. 7:30 left, tie ball game. Inside, that is Matejka. She looked for the shot, instead it's taken from the right side. Kendall Schrader, long air ball, straight into the hands of Bailey Jackson. And I guess Purple Rain has a chant for when an air ball happens. Already I like it. Max Simplecamp, 7:11 left in the second quarter, still 15 all. That is a shot there put up, and it's missed. Julie Wayman with a quick rebound, and she gets the putback. She's been performing really well as of late, Julie Wayman, and already has a score here at the top of the second quarter. So it is no longer the tennis scoreline that is 15 all. Pass over there, and a charge called as Matejka had passed the ball to someone else, and then I don't know if she lost her balance and fell into someone else, but either way, the foul is called. She's having a quick word about it with the official, I think maybe just to clarify what was going on, and then a little smile between the two of them, so I think we're all set to go now. Now Taylorville up 2, 17-15, 6:43 left. Oh, Kitzman almost trapped there. She gets away from it to Durbin, and then Jackson for a 3 on the right side. That's short. High rebound there by Kendall Schrader. U-High can maybe tie it or take the lead this time. Oh, class pass close to me, Haley Hoffman. Now to the right there, Cecilia Willie. At the top now, that is Evelyn Seifert. Left then to Hoffman. At the top for Evelyn Seifert. Then to the left to Haley Hoffman, who tried to drive in, and the foul is called. And the foul was called against McKinley Simplecamp. No one is at 2 fouls yet as a player. Taylorville is at 2 fouls as a team for the second quarter. U-High at 1. High pass into Haley Hoffman. Remember, there's no shot clock here. Cecilia Willie at the top, then back to Hoffman. Willie again, who is sat back over at the right wing. Back to Haley Hoffman again. And then that is on the right side, then shot put up that time, and it's in. That is Haley Hoffman, who got the score that time. 5 points for her now on the game, and it's another tie ball game. Well, the 4th or 5th tie so far in this game. Hoping for an exciting one here, at least. Joe Durbin out to Peyton DeMichael. That inherently set a pick for her, at that point. Now back to Durbin, wraps around for Kitzman, then to Rogers in similar fashion. Rogers driving around the right side on Schrader. That ball's on the ground. I think they were waiting for it to go out of bounds. Over to Durbin, who puts up the shot that's short. Rebounded that time by Matejka, and a travel called against Matejka. Okay. She had kind of stumbled to the ground as she and Wayman were going for the ball, and then there was a scramble on the ground. I think Rogers and a U-High player were on the ground right before all of that. So the high inbound to DeMichael. Now over to the left side, that's Kitzman. Rogers on the left side, then over to DeMichael on the right. Left then to Kitzman. 5:12 left in the second quarter, 17 all. Left side, Peyton DeMichael puts up the 3, and it's nothing but net. Peyton DeMichael, that's her first score of the game, and $3 coming from Scooter's Coffee to the Tornado Sports Boosters. At the top, U-High, inside pass, Matejka. Oh, driving in, gets the shot and the foul. That's Kendall Schrader getting herself in there for her first field goal of this one. As Hope Kitzman is called for the foul, and Schrader goes to the line. Substitution as Nora Thomas is on for Julie Wayman, and the other substitution is that Tatum Isles is on for Cecilia Willie. Free throw is up long and rebounded by Nora Thomas. So it is 20-19 Taylorville over U High. I think this is Taylorville's first lead since it was 2-0. And stolen by Mackenzie Mateka, just picked her opponent's pocket from behind. Right side then. Now can U High go in front? Any field goal would be enough. Left side, Schrader at the corner. Top now, that is Hoffman. Seifert, right side, Simok. Left over to Hoffman, who puts up a 2, and it rolls in. And U High does go back in front, as Haley Hoffman there with the score. It is 21-20 U High over Taylorville. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. That's Hope Kitzman now trying to drive. Backs up, she's got Simok in front of her. Oh, looking for Joe Durbin, but, well, she didn't take the pass. She falls down there, just running into her opponent and loses the ball. It's out of bounds, U High ball. I said she was looking for Joe Durbin. She didn't pass the ball. I think she only wanted to. So I was a little ambiguous with the phrasing there. But I think we got it sorted out. U High up 1. Oh, pass almost tipped by DeMichael, but U High keeps it, and the foul. No, it's not a foul. It's a travel. Mackenzie Mateka called there, as there have been a couple travels called in this one, mostly against U High. Taylorville still down by 1. 3:33 left in this one. I think it's been a good minute or two since they've found the basket. Kitzman to Rogers. Then in front to Nora Thomas. DeMichael now. Then Joe Durbin on the left side. Right then to Nora Thomas. She tried to drive on Mateka, has to back off to Rogers. She's in the same position. Now DeMichael at the top. Wanted the 3, instead finds Kitzman. On the left wing, now Rogers, who takes up that similar position. 3 minutes left. Now she drives, plants her feet, takes the shot. That's long. Air ball as Simok gets the rebound. Swatted away by Kitzman, out of bounds. So U High keeps it. And on comes Max Simplecamp for Joe Durbin. Well, it was an unsteady start from the Tornadoes, and U High built a 7-point lead. Hayden Eldred had to use 2 timeouts. But now his side a little more into things here, as that's Mackenzie Mateka, who is jumped on there by Grace Rogers, and I think that would be her second foul. She goes to the free throw line. So they say it was a shot. That is only Taylorville's 3rd foul. So that's Grace Rogers' second. She's someone who certainly cannot get into really any sort of foul trouble. That's happened before. Mackenzie Mateka's at the free throw line. Free throw is up, and that first one is in. So she's 2 for 3 so far on the game. U High free throw shooting as a team, let's see, 6 for 8. Here comes the second free throw, and that misses long. Out to the right to Grace Rogers. So U High up by 2, 2:42 left in the second quarter. So a lot of 2s going on at the moment. Hope Kitzman trying to direct traffic as she gets up across the volleyball 3-meter line. Peyton DeMichael, inside pass to Simplecamp, and who traveled right before she passed it to Nora Thomas. Now that shot would have missed anyway from left low post. Bailey Jackson back into the game for Grace Rogers. So U High still up 2, and 2:27 left in the second quarter. Cross quickly, Haley Hoffman, then just checked her run, as that's over Evelyn Seifert. That's left side, shot missed, and a foul called against the U High player. Okay, just to wait clarification on who that was. I think they're saying it's Mateka, is it? I think they are saying it's, I think we're just awaiting the confirmation. Yes, it's Mateka. So Taylorville gets it back, down just 2. 2:16 left in the second quarter. And that's to the left then to Max Simplecamp. Bailey Jackson, right side, Peyton DeMichael. To top, Kitzman, Jackson. Then Nora Thomas. Oh, dribbled off her opponent, but intercepted, just taken out of her hands by Maya Bennett. I think it wasn't a very good dribble there, as that pass then on the left side, Haley Hoffman. and shot's taken, and it's in. I can't see who took the shot there. I think it was Schroeder. Yeah, I'm hearing there Schrader, so that's what I'm going to go with. The official was right in my line of sight. And that is 24-20 U High. Now Simplecamp driving in. She puts up the shot. It's in. She responds immediately in kind. And that's what Taylorville certainly would like. Now it's just a 2-point game again as U High has the ball back. They might try to restore the margin they had previously, or maybe even greater. Bennett, right wing now. That is Haley Hoffman. Now to the left wing. It's with Seifert. Inside pass. Now turning and looking for the shot there is Schrader. She gets the foul, not the shot there, as it rolls off the rim, and Bailey Jackson is called. That's her first foul, and Taylorville now has maxed out for the quarter. Kendall Schrader going to the free throw line for the 6th and 7th times in this game. The free throw is up and long. A wicked carom off the rim. In there, and you can see Bailey Jackson falling right on her if you're watching on Tommy TV. Second free throw is up, and it goes in nice and easily. Substitution then as, let's see, being replaced is Haley Hoffman, and coming on in her place is, I think that's Evelyn Seifert. Here is Peyton DeMichael, who tried to pass it across to Hope Kitzman. She does, and then gets it back to DeMichael. Bailey Jackson, oh, she can't hold on to the pass over at the right short corner. It's out of bounds. And I'm just having a look here. It looks like Haley Hoffman is headed to one of the dressing rooms. We'll have to see about what's going on there. U-High has it. Up by 3. Oh, pass intercepted by Peyton DeMichael. She looks to drive in, instead finds Simplecamp, and the foul is called. And they say it's on the floor. So the basket doesn't count, but the Tornadoes do keep possession. They are saying that's against Avery Rome, Rome, who's come into the game. That was another last name I had to ask about. 45 seconds left in the second quarter. Taylorville down by just a score. Inside pass, Simplecamp, and she's fouled, this time on the shot, and she goes to the free throw line. She has still taken Taylorville's only free throw so far in this game, and that will continue to be the case. Foul committed that time by Kendall Schrader. Max Simplecamp at the free throw line. She puts the first one up, and that's in. It's sponsored by the senior citizens of Christian County. 43.6 seconds left. Now both teams have maxed out on fouls. Second one is in, and it's just a 1-point game. Well, certainly a heavy improvement from the Tornadoes. They haven't given the ball away quite as much as they did in the first quarter. Schrader now to the right side, then over to the right again. 30 seconds left. One of the officials signaled that there was just a bobble that happened. Seifert, left side, that's Avery Rome. Right then, and now it's back over to the right side, 17 seconds left. Then the fade-in shot is blocked and gathered by DeMichael, who passed it off. Oh, tried to pass it off her opponent, but she did so from being out of bounds. So 12.8 seconds left, and U-High gets another chance here. Well, the Tommy TV camera didn't quite get low enough there to show us, but that's okay. Looking for a pass, intercepted by DeMichael, and she has not stepped in down. She's fouled by Avery Rome, so that's 2 fouls already. She's only been on for barely a minute. And with U-High over the limit, the Tornadoes get free throws. Peyton DeMichael at the line, sponsored again by the senior citizens of Christian County, with just 10 seconds left in the second quarter. Free throw goes up, and it's long. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll have a look back at the first half. And what a first half it's been. A couple of lead changes, a lot of ties. Peyton DeMichael puts the second one up, and it's long as well, so she goes 0 for 2. And U-High looking for a score before the break. Right side there, pass tipped by DeMichael, then into Bailey Jackson. 3 seconds left, she can lay it in. Oh, that's a bit too long, and U-High gets the rebound. That's the end of the first half, as Taylorville squanders a couple of chances to tie the game or even go in front at halftime. As the score at this one is U-High 25, Taylorville 24. Like I said, stay tuned for some halftime coverage. We'll take a look back at the first half. This is Tornado Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV.
What's this? Our winner tonight, Dave Sousley.
Tornado girls basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Welcome back. I am Reed Kamai, and it is a one-point game as U-High leads this one 25-24 at the break. And it was a game in which Normal Uni started actually quite well, going up by a handful of scores thanks to a couple of key turnovers. As we see the highlights here on Tommy TV. Bailey Jackson did actually quite well, getting 10 points in the first half, actually all more specifically in the first quarter. A couple of key scores there. Max Simplecamp is next up for Taylorville with 7 points, and Grace Rogers had that score there as well. It was ruled 2 points rather than 3 in the first quarter, but the turnovers really caused problems for Taylorville. They actually called 2 timeouts in the first quarter, I think in the first half of that quarter as well, as Taylorville went into quarter time down by 3 points. And then they had to adjust going into the second quarter. Now, they had sort of begun that in the later stages of the quarter, but the second quarter was when Max Simplecamp actually really came alive. Those 7 points for her coming in that quarter, as she really made quite the impact there in the paint. Julie Wayman doing the same as well for Taylorville. And they were a lot cleaner on the ball, the Tornadoes, not really giving the ball away quite as much, and they outscored U-High by 2 in that second quarter. Well, a reminder that Tornado girls basketball on 96.5 The Chill is sponsored by your Taylorville McDonald's, where I'm loving it and they love the Tornadoes. Also by Taylorville Community Credit Union, the senior citizens of Christian County, Country Financial Agent Nicole Patrick, and Scooters Coffee. Now, of course, we're getting near the end of the regular season. It's going to be time soon to think about playoffs. And just, I think it was last week, sometime around then, the IHSA actually released the regional and sectional assignments for all of the teams in high school girls basketball. And I'll tell you where Taylorville has ended up. I'll start with the sectional. They are in the Normal Community West sectional, and they are in subsectional B. And the other teams in that one are Charleston, Decatur Eisenhower, MacArthur, Lincoln, Mattoon, Mount Zion, and Lanphier. Now, MacArthur and Lincoln are named as the regional hosts for the playoff competition, so Taylorville will be traveling to one of those two places, neither of them too far from here. I personally, for the distance, would prefer MacArthur, but we will see what happens, as Taylorville will try to advance as far as they can in the playoff competition. And we understand that the full brackets will be coming out this coming Friday. I think they said 4 p.m. So in the afternoon, we'll see what time we'll see what the brackets look like when they come out. Well, speaking of coming out, U-High players have come out to do their pre-second half warm-ups. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll have the second half between Taylorville and U-High as the Pios lead at 25-24. This is Tornado girls basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Tornado girls basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. U-High's got the ball to start the second half. They are up 1. Now they're up 3 as laying that one in is, I think that is Mackenzie Mateka, who has done so, getting an early start to the scoring in the second half here. This has been a close one for much of this game. A handful of ties in the first half. Grace Rogers, 3 from the top, and she sinks that one, nothing but net. As it is now 27 all early on in this third quarter. Well, we really should be set for a really good game for the rest of this one, so I'm happy about that. Inside pass, Mateka to the top. Evelyn Seifert turning around there. Mateka lays in the shot, and it's in. So she's got 2 early scores so far in the third quarter, just inside the first minute of that period, the third quarter. Did I say first quarter? I meant third quarter. It's been a long day. Hope Kitzman, left side. U-High up 2. Grace Rogers, right side, Peyton DeMichael. She's at the wing. Bailey Jackson at the top. She drives around to the right side. That is Grace Rogers. DeMichael again. Taylorville's got their starters out on the court. And I think the same is true for U-High. Driving in, Grace Rogers, Euro step, shot long, and rebound by Mateka. Right side there, out to the front, Mateka. Left side, shot is short. She gets the rebound. Foul on the way up, as that was Schrader who took the shot there, and I think they're saying Nora Thomas is the one who committed the foul. So Kendall Schrader is at the free throw line. She takes the first free throw, and that is in. She's so far 6 for 8 today from the free throw line. She's a senior, one of 3 seniors on this U-High basketball team. Second free throw is up, and that takes 1 bounce and then goes in. So now it's a 4-point lead for U-High. They came into the second half up by just the 1 point. Long pass, Grace Rogers takes it right at halfway. Longer pass to Bailey Jackson on the left side. She tries to drive in and is fouled. And that was on the floor, so she'll inbound again. And the foul committed by, I think Schrader is who they're saying. Yep. So Hope Kitzman actually is the one to inbound, as I should have figured it would be. High pass to Peyton DeMichael, right on the logo. Now out to Grace Rogers, 3 from the left wing, and oh, that's long. Rebounded by Mateka. Rogers backed away, thinking that one was going in. I thought it was going in too. She had me fooled. Mateka, left side, at the top. Hoffman dribbles in, drives, puts the shot up, and that's short. Rebounded by Hope Kitzman. 5:45 left in the third quarter. At the top, that's Hope Kitzman. Left side to Grace Rogers. She looks to drive in on her opponent. That is to the left to Nora Thomas. Thomas turns around, looking for someone to pass it to. Oh, passes it off Kitzman's leg and into the hands of Mackenzie Mateka. Now she does a little Euro step across, is short there. She ran into her opponent, no foul. Just a couple more shots under, back out to U-High. They still have it. Shot put up that time. That's long. That was Evelyn Seifert, and the ball's on the ground as it's out, and that's a U-High ball. That was quite the scrum over there at the end for the ball. One of the Taylorville players went down. Oh, then just lost hold of the ball and went out of bounds. Inbounding now is Adeline Simmock, and she does so. Now to the top, that is Haley Hoffman. She had plenty of touches on the ball in the first quarter. Inside pass, that's Mateka. She goes up, foul called, and she'll go to the free throw line after this pause for 10 seconds for station identification on 96.5 The Chill. Tornado girls basketball on 96.5 The Chill. The first free throw goes in after a high bounce off the back of the rim from Mackenzie Mateka. The foul that time committed by Bailey Jackson. That's her second. Taylorville's got 2 for the quarter. U-High just the 1. Second free throw is up and in. So Mateka is 4 for 6 from the free throw line, and she is immediately substituted as Maya Bennett comes into the game. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Pass there over to Bailey Jackson. Then right side as, oh, it's dribbled off a U-High foot, and the Tornadoes keep it. They're attacking from right to left, of course, in this second half. Pass, or that is Hope Kitzman to inbound it then to Peyton DeMichael as she takes the three from the right side. Nothing but net as Peyton DeMichael sinks it beautifully. But how about the pass from Hope Kitzman? That was bold. There was a lot of traffic right in the middle there. Now that cuts the deficit in half. Right side, that is Maya Bennett. Turns around, takes it back to Hoffman at the wing. 4:30 left. It's a 3-point game, U-High leading. Right side in the short corner, now trying to drive baseline is Bennett on Rogers. She has to back up, find Hoffman. Then she drives in, draws the foul, and goes to the free throw line. That is Hope Kitzman who committed the foul, they say. Or are they saying? No, I think they're saying it's Peyton DeMichael who committed it. First free throw, either way, is good. That was her first such attempt in the game. 4:19 left in the third quarter. A lot of ties so far in this game. And the second free throw rolls in. So that should bring Hoffman to 9 points, if I've counted that correctly. And indeed, that's what I'm seeing on the board. DeMichael, three from the top, and that's a long rebound out to the left to Max Simplecamp, who is fouled on the follow-up and goes to the free throw line. As that shot there was short, foul committed by, that is Maya Bennett, who committed it. So Max Simplecamp's at the free throw line. First free throw is in, sponsored by the Senior Citizens of Christian County. She's yet to miss in this game so far. 4 attempts in. 4:03 left. And the second free throw is up and in, and now it's a one-possession game again. Now here comes U-High. Evelyn Seifert out on the left side. Pass across halfway. That was to Schrader. Now to the right. That is then Hoffman, who puts up the three. That, pinball's out. Bailey Jackson with the rebound there. Taylorville down just 3. 3:43 left in the third quarter. Now a lot of threes. Simplecamp inside. Went to the right side, took the shot that's off the side of the backboard, and the foul called against Max Simplecamp. It looks more like she was the one who got elbowed there. So that is her second foul of the game, and that is Taylorville's fourth with 3:34 left in the third quarter. Hope Kitzman goes off. So too does Kendall Schrader. And I'll have to try to figure out who all came on. Now that's for another moment. Inside pass. Another one to the left side. And the bank shot goes in as Haley Hoffman puts that one in. Her first field goal of the game. She's up to 11 points. Now it's a 5-point lead for U-High. Highest they've had for some time. Now to the top. Peyton DeMichael gets the crossover there with Max Simplecamp. I think it was Joe Durbin who came in because, she's the one on the ball right now. Grace Rogers doing a little switch up in front of her opponent. Now out to the right wing and back to Simplecamp for the three. That is short. Not too much arc on that shot there, and it's rebounded by Mackenzie Mateka. Left side as Haley Hoffman has it. Then Simmock. Now back to Hoffman. Passes it back to Simmock in the corner. Now inside, and the shot put up, and that one goes in with the foul as Mateka is the one who converts. Well, she already has 8 points in this quarter. As we await the confirmation on who committed the foul, they say Bailey Jackson. That would be her third foul. As going up to the line here is Mateka. And the free throw is up, and it's in. So she converts that one, and is she being substituted? She is not. Julie Wayman, by the way, is coming into the game for either Bailey Jackson or Grace Rogers, because both of them have gone off. So we'll have to see who else came on. Maybe it was Nora Thomas. That's probably who it was. Okay. Here's Joe Durbin over on the left now, top to Simplecamp. DeMichael then. No, Kitzman had gone off. Nora Thomas trying to turn around over at the free throw line, and the jump ball is called as Tornadoes have the possession arrow. She was just trying to turn around there with her hands up and got stuck there because her opponent was holding the ball. Taylorville down 8. Julie Wayman under the basket puts that one in. Very little movement there by the net. as it is 40-34 with Taylorville behind. At the top here, now right side, Hoffman puts up the three. She fell over and puts that one in. Or never mind, was that Bennett who sunk that three? I think. Okay, well, they got to adjust that here because, or they're saying there was only two. Okay, well, you got to figure that one out. Either way, it's stolen and the foul called. As I was trying to figure out what was going on here. Joe Durbin committed the foul just now. And, well, Taylorville had been out of fouls, so that means U-High goes to the free throw line to shoot. Okay, so I think that was Bennett who took the shot. I think they are saying it was just 2 points. So we'll maybe try to confirm that one momentarily here. But at the free throw line is Matejka. She puts up the first free throw. It's in. And you know what? I think they're actually saying that that was Hoffman who took it and that it was a three. So I think I just got players mixed up. So Hoffman scored that one, but then Bennett had scored 2 points somewhere else. So we'll maybe try to figure out what's going on there. Brief delay for the second free throw as Matejka had to tie her shoes. Now that's a good reason to have a delay there. Matejka so far 6 for 8 from the free throw line, and that is 6 for 9 as it misses to the right after a little roll there. Correction, that was to the left. Peyton DeMichael with a rebound. Across now as Taylorville's down by 10. Well, U-High got their lead to really explode. Right side, DeMichael for three from the wing, and that's long. A long rebound out to the front and taken by Thomas. Now turning shot there by Simplecamp, and she puts that one in. Simplecamp now up to 11 points on the game. 1:23 left in the third quarter. Left side then, and that is at the top now. Simok. Then back out to the left, top again to Simok. She tries another time. Then to Hoffman. She tried to drive and, pass there, out, off Simplecamp, they say. She's the one who got the tip. So U-High gets it back. Hope Kitzman comes into the game for Peyton DeMichael. 1:05 left in the third quarter. At the top then, that is Simok. She has it again. Left side. Thought about the three there. But then back to Simok. And over to the right. And a bunch of players getting their hands on the ball. And it's a jump ball with U-High with the possession arrow. So 44-36. Normal University leading Taylorville. 52.9 left in the third quarter. Inside pass, Bennett. Out. Did she step out of bounds? She did. Tornadoes get it back. I think actually a player who was out of bounds was the next one to touch it. I think that's what happened. Then across left side, 45 seconds. Joe Durbin. Look to the pick from Julie Wayman. Almost ran into her herself. Right side, Kitzman. Now tries to drive in on Simok. Top, Simplecamp for three. That one is rimboard out, and with the rebound is Matejka. Long pass, Seifert wide open. She takes the bank shot, rolls out. Julie Wayman now. She has the ball. Pulls it away from the grasp of the opponent. 20 seconds left. Now Taylorville can try to get a score here. Kitzman pulls up. Did she travel? She did. 14.3 seconds left in the third quarter. Cecilia Willie is on in place of Adeline Simok. Left side. Now at the top, 11 seconds left. That's Matejka. And the three put up, and that's nothing but net as Tatum Isles sinks that one for her first score of the game. 1 second left, long shot put up, and it's just barely short from Hope Kitzman. That would have been something if she had converted that one. As U-High takes their largest lead of the game into the fourth quarter, 47-36. They lead here on Tornado Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Tornado girls basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Fourth quarter about to start here as Taylorville is down 47-36 on U High. They need a response here. Kitzman over at the left wing. Now finds Grace Rogers. She's again at the left wing as she tries to cross over and then takes the shot there, and that's short. Oh, Bailey Jackson, ugly fall there. She jumped over the opponent and she's back on her feet. That's good to see. I'm happy about that. Now back across on the right side. Then that's right over to Maya Bennett. Back to the wing, Seifert has it. Now inside, then outside again as Bennett tries to take the shot and she puts that one in. So she gets the score there to start the fourth quarter. She is up to 4 points, we understand, so she had to have gotten a 2-point score somewhere else. We'll try to figure out when that was. So that is Nora Thomas now on the right side. U High up 13. Grace Rogers for three, that's short. And someone took a 3-point shot, I don't remember who. No, it was Grace Rogers. Right side, Maya Bennett. Oh, look, thought about the three, instead goes inside and shot put up as a, no, it's a travel. Well, U High's had a good several travels so far in this game. Otherwise, they really could have had themselves some decent looks and probably would be further ahead than otherwise. Grace Rogers crossing over, finds Kitzman, then to Bailey Jackson. She puts up the three from the top, that misses left, and the rebound is taken by a jumping Tatum Isles. 6:40 left in the game. 49-36, U High leads Taylorville. Left side, that is a long cross-court pass. That is now to Tatum Isles. Left side then, oh, almost bobbled there by Bennett. Now back to Seifert. And the three put up by Isles, and that hits only the board, out to her teammate, and shot there, same thing, then back to her, and at the third time of asking, second time for Mackenzie Mateka, she puts that one in, and she has got to be the leading scorer in this game by far. I haven't counted it up, but I can see on the board 16 points. I'll have to do my own math later and figure that out. Peyton DeMichael on the right side as I'm stuttering here. At the top, Grace Rogers, and timeout is called by Hayden Eldred, and he calls a 30-second timeout. I think we'll keep it right here on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. 5:54 left in this one. It is 51-36, U High over Taylorville, as the Pioneers, as they're called, from Normal. They have the only 4 points in this fourth quarter so far. They outscored Taylorville 22-12 in the third quarter, and now look set to take this one. If they can hold on, they would snap their 4-game road losing run, and it would also mean they've won 5 of their last 6. 5:54 left. U High up 15 as they are the last ones to get out of their timeout huddle. Taylorville attacking from right to left. Peyton DeMichael, then Hope Kitzman. She's planted over at the left wing, then finds a long pass to Bailey Jackson. They've had to take some of those, Taylorville, with Normal University guarding closely. Left side, Bailey Jackson, now the top. That is Kitzman, then DeMichael. Kitzman at the top, Rogers on the left. She puts up the three, and that's short, and rebounded by Normal Uni, and they attack quickly. Mateka trying to drive in from the left side, held up by Bailey Jackson. She takes the shot, and the foul is called. That would be Jackson's 4th, if it's called as I think it will be. And Mateka goes to the free throw line. So Bailey Jackson will have to watch out here. And she's fouled out before this season. First free throw goes in. Substitution as Max Simplecamp comes on for Grace Rogers. Otherwise, it was the starters who are into the game. And the second free throw goes up, and it bounces a few times and rolls in. So that brings her up to, let's see, the board says 18 points. I wonder if that has been updated or not. Well, we'll have to see. 5:18 left in the game. Simplecamp, long three from the top. That misses left, and Mateko with the rebound. My goodness, has she been a key player in this one. Almost commits backcourt over on the right side, but no, says the official. Left side then to Seifert. Right side, and the three put up by Bennett. That's long. Rebounded that time by Willie before it goes out of bounds, and then, oh, she passes it off the Tornado. I think that was DeMichael who got the last touch. I didn't see. And 3 substitutions are made by U-High, all right in front of their bench, so it was hard to see who was going where. See if I can spot anything. Haley Hoffman is back into the game. She had gone into the dressing room earlier, as that one is poked away by Max Simplecamp, and she's off to the races and puts that one in. Nice little bank shot there by Max Simplecamp, who is up to 13 points on the game, top scorer for Taylorville. But having gone to the dressing room earlier, seeing Haley Hoffman back out is an encouraging sign. 4:34 left in this one. 3 put up by Simok, and that's missed. A few bounces off the rim, and then out off of Peyton DeMichael. Grace Rogers and Julie Wayman are both back on. Bailey Jackson on 4 fouls is off. Hope Kitzman is off as well. Taylorville just the 1 foul so far in this 4th quarter, none by U-High. Left side by Haley Hoffman. At the top now, and the 3 is put up from the right side, and that is nothing but net. Evelyn Seifert with that one. She also scored a 3 in the 1st quarter. That's her only scoring so far in this one. 4:12 left. Left side, as that is Max Simplecamp. She passes that back to Nora Thomas. Oh, fakes the pass to the right now. Back to Simplecamp, who puts up the 3, and that's long. Now out to Julie Wayman. She tries to put back. That's long on the from right to left, and that is out off a falling Simplecamp and out of bounds. But she's back up and okay. That's good. 3:51 left in this one. Normal Uni leading 56-38. This one's definitely gotten away. Game that had several ties in the first half, and a couple of lead changes as well. Seifert plants her feet, then finds Schrader to her right. Now turning around is Simok, and to the right side now trying to drive baseline is Mateka, and she draws the foul. As who committed that one? I think they say Julie Wayman. Her first. And Mateka is at the free throw line yet again. I'm running out of room on my score sheet to indicate all of these free throws, as the first one goes up, and that bounces a few times and then goes in. Let's see, she's had 3 misses so far in this game in 12 opportunities, so 9 for 12 so far on the game, and it accounts for almost half of their scoring. Second free throw's in, and it is now 58-38. Thea Susli is now into the game for the Tornadoes. And she received that pass there from Max Simplecamp on the left side. Back to Simplecamp, then Durbin over on the right wing. Top pass back to Simplecamp at the top, then Susli over on the left side. She goes in left short corner, takes a shot that's short, and rebounded by Julie Wayman on the right side. Then out to Simplecamp for 3, and that one is long, and Grace Rogers takes the rebound, then backs up, takes the shot that's short, as Wayman, who gets it? Oh, it's Grace Rogers. Couple of more chances for Taylorville. Oh, but they give it away. Well, after all those offensive rebounds, they can't secure possession in the end. Pass there, Mateka, now out to the left. 3 from Haley Hoffman. That's nothing but net. Haley Hoffman up to, I think that should be 17 points now for her. 2:37 in this one. Right side, that is Joe Durbin. She puts up the 3 that misses left, as that is on the rebound there, Haley Hoffman. 2:26 left in this game. It is 61-38. U-High leading Taylorville. Tip there, Grace Rogers. She's off to the races looking for the basket and gets it on the bank shot there. 7 points for her so far on the game. And it is now 61-40. 2:05 left in this game. Taylorville, they're set to lose 2 straight for the first time actually in some stretch of time. And that bank shot there, foul as well, as Kendall Schrader is the one who drew it. Now she's up at the free throw line, as Grace Rogers is charged with her foul of the game. A lot of substitutions actually now for both teams. Working to figure out who all came on here, as Camille Heberling is on for the Tornadoes, Leah Lovekamp on as well, so both teams bringing on the reserves. So Kendall Schrader set to take the free throws. And that one is scored. So it's 64-40. There you go. We had 15 all. We had the tennis score line. Perfect timing of that with the Australian Open Finals. Right side, Joe Durbin puts up the three, and that's in. Nothing but net. Now, at the top now, right, that is Emma Sweeney. Now I'm having to learn a bunch of other numbers here. Avery Rome, right side. She appeared a little bit earlier in the game. Left side then, as that is now at the top, Avery Rome. Rome still looking around there. 1:16 left in the game. Now at the top, that is Emma Sweeney again. Now it's with Nora Blowbaum, and that shot is put in that time. I think it was Kendall Schrader who scored it. She's the one player who had not come on in the big change earlier, who's come in now. This is Lily Durbin, inside pass to Camille Heberling, trying to turn around there. Kicks it out to the right side, Susley, then to Durbin, who takes the three from the right side. That misses left. That was Joe Durbin who took the shot. Of course, we also have Lily Durbin. 66-43, U-High leading this one. Inside. That pass now out to the right, and the shot is put up. That's short, and Camille Heberling with the rebound. Pass over to the right side, Lily Durbin. Crisscrossing her way, now trying to drive, and she draws the foul and goes to the free throw line. Lily Durbin, I think it was in the game against Sacred Heart Griffin. She made two shots at the start of the fourth quarter that actually helped her side gain some momentum, which they used to then win the game when they were behind going into it. So the first free throw is long. It's sponsored by the Senior Citizens of Christian County. I have to say, Lily Durbin was a close contender in that game for Chill Nicole Patrick Country Financial Player of the Game. Of course, we'll announce that in the post-game coverage of this broadcast. Second free throw is short. She goes 0 for 2. Ball on the ground. Scrum for the rebound, and U-High comes up with it as Kendall Schrader just gathers it from underneath her. 20 seconds. Left side, Emma Sweeney. Left over there, and then at the top is, that was on the inside. Then the three put up, and that's short. Out and then off, I think they'll say that's off Heberling. So it is U-High ball, 6 seconds left. So they might have time for one more shot here, and I imagine that would be the last action of the game. Waiting for the inbound here. Inside, that's short. Now out to the left. Is there time for the three? No, it's at the top. 3 seconds left. Oh, they'd have to go quickly. It's 2 seconds left, and no shot is taken. U-High has had enough, and they take this one 66-43 against Taylorville. Well, stay tuned. After a little break here, we'll take a look back at the game that was between Taylorville and U-High and named the Chill Nicole Patrick Country Financial Player of the Game. Again, 66-43, U-High beats Taylorville. This is Tornado Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Tornado girls basketball on 96.5 The Chill. Post-game coverage here as U-High takes this one 66-43 over Taylorville at the end in this one. Well, thanks for sticking with us on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. I'm Reed Kamai. Well, the game started initially quite slow for Taylorville, and then the Tornadoes eventually got themselves back into the game. It was Bailey Jackson who had a couple of big scores, as you see right there, as they were able to work themselves back to a tie and even take the lead in the first quarter, and I think also parts of the second quarter as well. And then in the second quarter, I'm trying to remember what all happened here. It was halftime at or it was 25-24, Normal University leading Taylorville at halftime. And then in the second half, Normal University really took off. They were connecting actually quite well with their shots in the second half. Players like Mackenzie Mateka, she had a great game, 22 points for her, a couple of scores as well from Haley Hoffman, the freshman, in that third quarter, and they really just broke free. Taylorville, for their part, really didn't have a whole lot of shots that they made in that period. And then they continued that momentum into the fourth quarter, scoring 19 points in that quarter, and just the 7 for Taylorville in the fourth quarter. As what was a close game that included a couple of lead changes and even more ties in the first half suddenly really went astray for Taylorville, and Normal University took it by 66 points to 43. All right, well, why don't we also name the Chill Nicole Patrick Country Financial Player of the Game. And for this one, it is McKinley Simplecamp, as she picked up 13 points for her side and had plenty of key baskets in the second quarter, as well as some other ones in the third and fourth quarter. She gathered a lot of rebounds and was really quite active in the paint and just around the paint as well. So McKinley Simplecamp for this game here against Normal University, your Chill, Nicole Patrick, Country Financial Player of the Game. 13 points for Max Simplecamp, 10 points for Bailey Jackson. We'll just have a look at some other point scorers here. Peyton DeMichael with 6, Joe Durbin with 3, 7 for Grace Rogers, and 4 for Julie Wayman. I had to do some very quick math during the break here because I wouldn't have been able to look at it myself. Mackenzie Mateka leading the way across both teams with 22 points. Haley Hoffman with 17 and Kendall Schrader with 14. Tatum Isles with 3, 6 points for who is that? That is Evelyn Seifert, and let's see who else. As we got Hayden Eldred, Coach Hayden Eldred here to talk, so maybe talk about the other point scorers in just a little bit. But Coach, thanks so much for joining us here on 96.5 The Chill. It was a tough evening, but you folks really kept up with them in the first and second half. What was it about Normal Uni that made that second half so difficult?
We just got a step behind, wrong positions. They were able to get to the free throw line a lot in that third quarter, and that really kind of hurt us and set it apart. And then offensively we didn't get anything going to get a good groove going. We had a lot of early shots, but with no second chances. But yeah, free throw line really hurts in that third quarter.
Yeah, I had to feel a little bit disappointing because, in the recent games, right, you've obviously got a couple wins. You, kept some relatively tough opponents pretty close for some time. And so, I'm sure you were hoping to kind of keep that sort of momentum going at this crucial stage of the season.
It's kind of been the theme of, not putting a full game together and, there's a half or 3 quarters or even, 3.5 quarters, but there's just always kind of a lull for us where we struggle to score and we get down and it's hard for us to get back at that point.
Yeah, I know for players like Grace Rogers, we talked a lot about her coming into the season. It's been kind of tough for her to get some good point totals in recent games. I mean, does it seem like players or opponents look at her and think like, okay, we're gonna guard her a little more closely and kind of make it more difficult and force you to adjust? It seems.
Oh yeah, they're gonna play her tough. We haven't done a great job of getting her good looks. A lot of it's she's having to try to force some shots of her own, but just kind of letting the game come to her and trusting her teammates and letting that happen. But yeah, it's kind of been a struggle here and there for her, just getting offensively going, but she's still playing hard in other aspects.
Yeah, and then you've got a couple more home games coming up, Charleston and then Mattoon, and then of course you'll have the playoffs to think about. how will the home kind of experience and atmosphere help you folks as you get into the season and then going into the playoffs where you got to travel?
Yeah, it's always good to play here. Definitely brings more energy for the girls. This is a big week for us. Get some momentum back and try to put four full quarters together in these next upcoming games, and hopefully we can kind of learn from that and take it into the postseason.
Yeah, one more question, and I'll let you go. You've had a packed schedule. Of course, you had a couple weeks of Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. You had a couple back-to-back days. Of course, the double overtime game.
Yeah.
That would certainly add to it. How have your players handled that heavy load of games?
They're doing all right. Yeah, they're doing all right. They're young. They're bounced back. Other teams are doing it too. They played last night too. So everybody's got that same thing. So, we're just hanging in there and keep going. The girls are fine.
Perfect. Well, Coach, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Here, I'll take that. That's Coach Hayden Eldred there on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV speaking to us. Glad to have him. It's been a while since I've talked to him, and I'll actually talk over into this camera right here after this one that has finished 66-43 for Normal University over Taylorville in this one. Well, Taylorville next up, as I was telling Hayden Eldred, they've got the home game on Tuesday against Charlton, and then they also host Mattoon. That is next up for them. I believe that is this coming Friday, with Taylorville now dropping to 7-19, if I remember correctly, overall on the season. And as for Normal University, they are now 14-12 overall. And they will next, they've got a couple of away games, Limestone and Sacred Heart Griffin, coming up for them. Well, we're just about ready to finish up here. Before we do, I want to give a little shout out to the folks in the gallery for Tommy TV. Thank you for all of your hard work over there. It's a lot of hard work that you folks do, and a lot of new elements of the broadcast. Yeah, there we are over in Tommy TV. Really thankful for all of your work, and it's great to have worked with you folks all season long for both basketball and football. Well, thanks for joining us on Tommy TV and 96.5 The Chill. Final score again, Normal University 66, Taylorville 43. I'm Reed Kamai. You have a good night, and I'll talk to you again on Tuesday. Bye for now.
You're watching Tommy TV.